Hey friends, welcome to another episode of the Growing Through Motherhood podcast. So often in motherhood, we are hurrying. We are hurrying to the next thing. We're prioritizing whatever feels the most urgent in the moment. We're trying to keep the day straight, the meals, the messes, the emotions, and we're just hoping that when the day finally ends and we pour ourselves into bed, it feels like maybe we accomplished something. Because if we're honest, motherhood is still sometimes looked at as less than, less visible, less impressive, less important. Nobody's thanking us for changing the diapers. Very rarely does everybody happy with the meal that we made. And yet this last year when I made my vision board, I wrote something that surprised me. I wrote, enjoy your motherhood. And that has been where I have been this year, is working on enjoying my motherhood, not just surviving it, not just getting through it, but to actually stop and enjoy my motherhood. I picked out the verse, Psalm 34:8. It says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. This verse wasn't written in a peaceful, easy season. David wrote this verse in a period of fear when he was in the middle of running. He was in the middle of uncertainty. He had already been given the promise of the throne of being king of Israel. He had already been given this promise, but yet he's in between. He's in this place where Saul's trying to kill him. He goes into an enemy territory. King Abimelech, he starts acting insane. King Abimelech says, get him out of here, because insane people at that point in time, it was like a bad omen to kill somebody who was insane. And so God has actually saved David in this moment. He is in a place where he was yet again about to be killed, and he gave him this thought process of to act insane, and Abimelech sends him away. So he has saved him time and time again. So he's not just saying taste and see in a passive way. It's an invitation to slow down long enough to experience God's goodness, is what he is telling you to do, is to just become slow enough in order to know that God is good, not just believe it in theory. And that's what motherhood has been teaching me. I have 4 kids. I'm so deeply grateful that God gave me multiple chances to learn, to grow, and to do this a little bit better each time, because I can promise you, Aiden is 2, and I'm watching him grow into a tiny human with thoughts and opinions and personality all his own. But when Addison was little, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was rushing through and just trying to figure out how to keep my head above water. When Asher was 2, Elijah was still a baby, and everything felt like an absolute whirlwind. When I talk about this period of time in my life, I think about the fact that it was all just kind of a blur. I was trying to survive. The days were so long and painfully long, and yet somehow I blinked, and here I am wondering how in the world time moved so fast. Elijah was still 3 when I got pregnant with Aiden. I was still deep in the thick of mothering littles. The best break I had was going to see Elevation Worship at 32 weeks pregnant. Huge, y'all. And taking Addison with me, to which she didn't even enjoy the show, y'all. Like, we were there with Elevation Worship. My dream. Another thing on my vision board was going to see Elevation Worship. And not only did I get to see Elevation Worship, but Brandon Lake and Chandler Moore were there. And it was like my dream come true. And my daughter sat next to me like a bump on the log, like she did not even care that we were there experiencing this extraordinary concert for free, and all of the details that God worked out along the way. I tasted and I saw that he was so good. I was huge pregnant and just happened to go up to the door. We pull into the Target parking lot the night before the concert. And I'm like, I just feel like we're supposed to go to the church right now. Addison, are you okay with that? Because this is her night with us together, right? And she's like, sure, whatever. We go to the church, pull in the parking lot. I'm sitting in the car, and the girls that are standing outside, there's 2 girls standing outside. They are kind of anxious, a little bit worried or whatever. And they come to my car, knock on the window, and ask me if I am with Fuzzy's Tacos or something along those lines. And I was like, I'm not. And so I explained my story to them. I'm like, I'm from out of town. This has literally been like a dream of mine to come here and see this and be here at the church. And I am, of course, 32 weeks pregnant. So I start to cry because I'm a hot mess express. Of course I am. This is my dream. I have wanted to be here in this place. And they ended up taking such good care of me, but none of that would have happened. I showed up the next day for the concert, and there was no way I was going to sit there all day with my daughter to get into this concert. I would have missed it all. I would have went to Charlotte for absolutely nothing had I not listened to the nudge of leave Target and go immediately to the church. And on top of that, Fuzzy's Tacos was running late, and they were, getting everything ready for the concert the next night. And the only reason we got to have that conversation was because they were running late and they were trying to feed all of the band members and all of the things. So guys, he's in the details, and he is so good when you take time to slow down and listen to understand that he's in the details. He's in the details of your motherhood as well. It doesn't have to feel like a constant survival mode anymore. I wouldn't say I'm thriving in this season, but I am definitely working towards enjoying it, guys. My huge thing that I have been working right now is being present and being able to show up differently. The conversations that we get to have, just sitting down and coloring with them. The other day I taught Elijah how to build a paper airplane and then fly it. It feels like my feet are finally under me. Like I can breathe, like all is well. And I can look around and say, God has been so good to me. So I'm thankful that he pressed my heart to stay in my marriage. I'm grateful he gave me a heart that didn't want to leave my children. I'm grateful that he didn't want me to put them in school or daycare, or even when it felt like I was going a little bit crazy, an even easier option was right there. But I didn't take it. I chose to stick through it. This is better. Sticking through it, becoming best friends with your children, laughing together, enjoying life together. The more responsibility I give them, the more that they continue to rise to the occasion, the aha moments, the cool things that I get to be a part of with them. The more I share the plate instead of carrying it alone, the more respect grows, and the more time we actually get to spend doing the things that we love together. So again, Psalms 38 says, taste and see. Tasting requires you to slow down. It requires that presence. It requires the gratitude. Even in moments that feel heavy or like they're too much, sometimes tasting looks like writing down gratitude when you don't feel thankful, counting blessings when the day feels chaotic, choosing to notice God's goodness instead of rushing past it, throwing on a good Christian song in order to dance to it. Because if God called you to this motherhood, he's going to see you through it. And so often when you look back, you get to say, I'm really glad that he did. So today, Mama, my encouragement to you is this. Don't just endure motherhood. Taste it. Slow down long enough to see the goodness of God woven through all of it, because his ways are better than our own, and his goodness is often found right in the middle of the calling. If you are called to be there with your kids, make the best of it, my sweet friend, because I promise you, the blessing of 4 kids has shown me how quick it goes. Just be present. Hey friend, thanks for hanging with me today. If this episode made you laugh, think, or whisper, okay, Lord, I needed that, go ahead and follow the show, leave a review, or share it with another mom who needs a little holy encouragement. And hey, if you're ready for energy, focus, and calm that doesn't require a miracle, check out those peptides. Your support makes this show possible, and I'll be walking with you every step of the way. See you in the next episode.